Just waiting for some more folks to get on. Hello, hello, everyone. What's up, Danny? What's happening? To you, the first one on. Yeah, that may be the case. That's what happens to me with a lot of people when they go live. It's usually the first one. So lit, what, bruh? Hold on, I'm trying to get the Instagram to work too. Everything was just acting out of whack for a minute. Give everybody a few minutes to get on. So lit, it's time for me to get a watch to go up my note. So kind of looking at a few things. I don't know if I wanted to do the Galaxy Watch. There is a way I can make the new iPhone watch work on this phone. Dude showed me that actually a couple of weeks ago, and he has the iPhone basically synced and connected to his Note, to his Note 10, and I was just like, wow. He said, yeah, you can do it, and he showed me how to do it. But yeah, that's what I'm looking. I'm looking at the Galaxy Watch to do. Me and my last was a Galaxy before it started acting up. So I think that's the way I'm gonna go. Catch me one of these deals and just go grab one, go scoop one up. Yeah, he did it and showed it to me. And because I hate this light behind me. Hold on, this light blinding like hell. So I got to sit up like this. I'm going to get to work. Yeah, he got it. Yeah, he got it to work, and he didn't want to get rid of his iWatch because I was the reason why he switched from using an iPhone because it was stuff that he wanted to be able to do with his iPhone that he couldn't do with Android. So he switched up. He said, "I'm still gonna keep my iPhone 11 Pro. So I'm still gonna keep that. Take pictures or whatnot with. But I'm definitely loving the Samsung, my everyday regular phone." So he said it was between that and the LG, so that's what he went with. And everybody might be getting notifications kind of late, even though I kind of sent it out early. I know YouTube was acting up for me earlier today, and I was getting notifications late from a little bit of everybody. Appreciate it, Solar. Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely it's a clean car. Like I said, it's been in the family since basically new. And I'm just trying to bring it back and have it up to my liking without taking too much away from it. But it's gonna be a few things that's gonna be custom on it. Few things. I mean, for one, y'all seen the video at the end. You seen where the LT4 showed at the end. That's not factory for that car. And then the way we doing stuff to it now, we changed stuff up. That was when I first got it lifted up out of the wreck vet, and sat on a crate before we transferred to stands. That was the first pictures I took. That's why you saw it kind of dirty. And then once we got it cleaned up, before we put it into a crate, because we had to end up boxing it up because he moved from one shop to another shop. So he has two shops on his location, and he moved everything from that shop to the newer shop he had built, because that's where he want all the engines built. And the old shop, that's where he wants. I think he wants to do tires and whatnot there, as that part of it. Doing tire loops, something I can't remember all he wants to do. He was talking about several things he wanted to do at the older shop because it's closer to the front. And the one in the back, he wanted to do just all on, because he was able to get all the CNC machines and then everything else. Which then I'm gonna get into, because I have a slew of questions actually sent to me about a little bit of everything, and I said the best way to answer them is just answer them all live. It was no other way but to answer them that way. Here we go. Finally live on IG. I don't know what was going on, but finally live on there. Where I can talk now. Finally. I got people sending messages. You going live today? Yes, I'm going live. I'm live right now, people. I know a lot of people always do me like that. They see the live pop up like, you going live today? Even though I've been talking about it since Saturday. Like, yeah, I'm gonna try to go live. If not every Tuesday, every other Tuesday, I'm gonna try to do a live. I think that's the best way for me to do it like that. Let me know if y'all can see me. See me, sound loud and clear. We're gonna do something a little different. Here we go. What we're gonna do. This is what I fix all of that. Period. So I don't have these issues where people can't see me and whatnot. What's her name again? Hey, Danny, you talking about the car? When you say her, I'm like, who? All right, in probably about a minute, I'm gonna start just talking, getting into it. Let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear. So long with the big feet. Okay. Yeah, her nickname is Maxine. That's her nickname. She's named Maxine after my aunt, my late aunt, RP, my late aunt. She was the one that wanted my uncle to trade in a new car he bought for that car. So her, but it's a '76 Deuce, better known as Miss Maxine. Yeah, Miss Maxine got them big feet, a little bit bigger than Shaq's feet sitting up on her. And the craziest thing is, Danny, and everybody else that's in here, I started to do eights on there. I was looking for 26s or eights, either one, and I came across a deal on those sixes, and I could talk about that while I'm waiting for some more folks to connect on. One dude told me, hold on, because he's just getting off work, and he's on because I'm on here and I'm on IG, and he's on the thing on IG. Like, hold on. So I'll talk about that to him and a few more others connect. Um, It's a shop. It's a shop here in KC called Richline. They moved to a brand new facility. They had a brand new facility built. But when they had the old spot, I know the owner. He has a 1966. What is that? Impala Bonneville. I can't remember which one it is. But he has a 1966 model. B body, clean, and that was the one for that. So what he ended up doing was instead of basically putting those on, he went to Forges at the time. And somebody else had told him, like, yo, I know a dude that's got a big car and he's looking to do some wheels on it and blah 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 blah. Even though he had her through it online, I saw it online. I saw it on Craigslist. He had him on there. And he was like, yeah, that's the dude. So I hit him up, and I took a trip over there the next day. I went to go see him and see the wheels. And he was like, we're gonna put them on brand new tires for you. Cause they weren't even on tires. So we put them on brand new tires. This is what we asked you for them. And I was like, okay, well, y'all, it's kind of steep. It's like, well, this guy was gonna pay, and which I can tell you, he was actually $2,000 for him. I was like, oh, that's kind of steep. I went and looked down, said, hey, nice and all, but I don't know. We'll see. I said because I was looking at a set of eights for around 2,200 at the time. So finally, I left from there that day. A whole week went by. He calls me up, say, hey, that guy never came. How much you want to give me for him? So I said, well, look, right now I'm working about, I think I'm working about 1,100, 1,200, something like that. I told him. He said, I'll tell you what, come here, we'll make a deal. Well, deal. Told him what tires I needed. They mounted tires right then and there. I actually came back the next day after that and picked them up. Oh my Lord. How you doing? How you doing, Miss Angie? Hey, boo. Hey, Miss Angie, how you doing? The legendary Miss Angie jumped on to say, hey, boo. Hey, how are you? Appreciate you for jumping on. Definitely appreciate you for jumping on. Just to say hello. Oh my God, that right there just made my day. Everybody on here that's on here right now made my day. It was Angie, I was not expecting you to jump on. And that just right there just made me smile hard as hell that you jumped online. Even though I'm looking rough today. Sorry, y'all, it's been a rough day. Rough day. So I ended up like I was saying about the wheels. I ended up finding those wheels from him. He gave me that deal on them, put brand new tires on them, and I left. And then I came out the next morning, picked them up, and threw them on. Yes, appreciate you. Mwah, mwah, all the support. Thank you. Thank you. I'm definitely supporting you. Matter of fact, I gotta holler at you about some travel stuff sometime or other. I'll send you a message on IG or something like that. And tell Mr. Hey Boo Hey I said what's happening. Um so yeah, back to what I was saying. Yo, what up, Mean Gene? What up? So back to what I was saying. I went on ahead and got the wheels. Um did a test mount actually that same day to see all what I needed to do. And after I did the test mount that day, I was like, okay, I know what I need to do. I need to change this and change that. I know I'm gonna end up doing something to the rear. And at the time, I was going to change the rear altogether because at the time I had a '96 SS Impala rear sitting on the floor that I was going to put in it, but I ended up selling it to a buddy of mine. And by me selling that to him, I went on ahead after that. Said, well, I'll just keep the same rear I got. I'll just upgrade it, and that's what I did. I put 373s in it. I had a buddy of mine do it. We did it all in like an hour. Pulled everything out, redid it, put new gear oil in and everything, and both wheels churn like it's no tomorrow. And the only thing I had to do was I had to get some spacers to put on it, um, because of the hub in the front. One of the back wasn't that bad, but the hubs in the front, but I went ahead and put them all the way around because they just fit better all the way around with those. And they're not like the average regular spacers that break and whatnot. These are heavy duty, made for a big truck. Put them on there, put the wheels on. The wheels are light, even though they're light, and I liked them. And I just said I need to customize them because the inserts were black, so I painted the inserts white. Went online, I found this lady that was in China that did a lot of carbon fiber wraps, and she made emblems and everything else. And I was actually initially hitting her up to make an emblem, a Buick emblem for me for the actual car, but she was like, "Hey, you know what? I make them for anything." And I said, "Wow." I said, what size do you make them in?" And she said, "Oh, just any size you want." So I measured the insert part of that halo wheel, and I said, "That's why I want them to go." Took a picture of them, told her the size it was all the way around with the inserts in, and she went ahead and made them up for me. I had them in a week and a half. They came in the mail, and I loved them. I loved them, and ended up sticking them on there. And that's how the wheels end up turning how they turn out. I said I'll keep those on there for a while like that because I'm not one to just, wheels change so much every year, and some people change wheels like they change their shoes. And I'm like, I'm one of those. I just wanted a classy wheel to go on there and look classy. Call it a day. I ain't trying to change anything no time soon with that. Even though down the road I may do some kind of forged type wheel, but right now I'd rather just leave those on. I like on. Oh, no wonder he's on IGA. Okay, I see you. Okay, now back to what I was originally going to talk about, as far as talking about that as well, which I'll come back to. I had a lot of comments left, all great comments, believe it or not, about the big plan announcement I did. I streamed 2 days ago unannounced. It was on Saturday with a lot of stuff on my mind. And when I put it out there, I got a lot of props for it. Of keeping it real. I mean, a lot of people, some y'all may have seen all the comments, but there's some comments y'all didn't see because I had people just shooting me messages on IG and Facebook and everywhere else. And it was one message that kind of stuck out, and I just couldn't believe, somebody would just throw some shade like that. Someone like, "Oh, this is not real. You're just doing this for that, and doing this, you know, you're doing this to get subscribers, doing this to do that." Look, I don't have that many subscribers, and I, like I said in the video, I wasn't doing it for subscribers. Doing it because it was something that was on my chest and in my mind that I wanted to do and say, because it was stuff I was going through. And for those that haven't seen the video, in the big plans announcements with the mission, inspiration, motivation, please go check it out. But I am going to touch on just a little bit of it, not the whole thing, because I know everybody's here that wants to hear about the car update stuff. but I did want to talk about that first. And I just couldn't believe that, well, I could. I'll take that back. I believe somebody would throw shade on it. And that's what that person did. They threw a lot of shade. I'm not even going to name their name, but they threw a lot of shade on it, threw a lot of hate on it. And I couldn't, I was just like, why would you even do that? None of this was fake. It's real. That whole conversation was real. It wasn't scripted. None of that. It was all real. It was real events that had happened in my life within the last 2 years. Lost a lot of people, and it had me thinking. And not only that, it had me in a funk mood. I wouldn't. No, I'll take that back. Not in a funk mood. It just had me in a grieving mood, and I just was just finding ways to cope with everything. And already on YouTube watching stuff. I kind of watch stuff here and there, comment here and there. So I went in heavy with it. And when I went in heavy with all of it, you know, it took my mind off a lot of the stuff that was going on and a lot of the stuff that had happened. It really did. Also, for everybody in this watching this, please smash that like button. Please smash the like button. Thank you. So it made me, get through a lot of the stuff. And it helped me. It basically helped me get through a lot of everything that was going on with that and whatnot. And a lot of people I didn't even tell what was going on. I basically just went through it how I went through it and used as an avenue to get through it. And that same person who sent that was like, "Oh, you're just trying to get Stunner Reese props, trying to get this, trying to get him to look at this." No, that wasn't even it. Stunner Reese already knew that I support his channel all the way. I support him. Me and Gene, I supported you for years, and I don't even think you knew it because I had a different channel at the time, watching a lot of your content and whatnot, especially with that Malibu. Appreciate you smashing the like button. Appreciate it. But I basically watched a lot of people. And Miss Angie, I know you're probably not on here. Watched you for years too, especially with the travel and whatnot, because I'm a big person with that. But I definitely watched a lot of people, and I didn't name a lot of names. I just named names that I saw in the chat because, like I said, I believe in giving people their props and their flowers now than wait till they're dead and gone, or wait till I'm gone and you hear about it later on. I'd rather them just know about it. So that for that person that sent that and said that, I didn't even respond to it. On there, I just respond to it right now. And this is the last time I'm gonna ever respond to it. Oh, appreciate it, Gene. Oh, Miss Angie, you still here? Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, Miss Angie. I was watching a lot of these videos. I know people look at you like, oh, she's fine, this and that. But I was more of, I looked at the travel, I looked at the stuff he was doing. I remember you said a comment, sometimes you just need a vacation. Now, you said it just like that. And I was like, you know what? I need a vacation. Right then and there, I went ahead and we looked and stuff, doing some stuff, and we did. Went on vacation. Went on vacation, came back refreshed. What up, Jeremiah? Welcome to the chat. And went and was really refreshed after that. And that was kind of one of the things I always did. I got so much footage from a lot of vacations I went on, and I'm gonna start throwing them up on YouTube as well as my car stuff because a lot of people know me from the car game and from the motorcycle game. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a lot of that up. Period. Period. Billing of LS was first, last. Okay, Danny, no problem. Yeah, support Danny. Definitely support him. Yeah. So definitely. Oh my God, the G family's up in the building. What's happening? What's happening, G family? What is happening? And oh my God, and my boy Durango's up in here too. Demon Durango, what is happening? For those just tuning in, make sure you please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. And then also for my people on IG, shout out to Coco Brown 91. What's up? What's happening? I'm not gonna call you real name on here. My niece just jumped on the IG. I'm not gonna call you real name, but what's happening? So yes. Yeah, that's what's up. Definitely. Yep, much love, G fan, much love. Um so yeah, it got me through a lot of this. For those just tuning in, I was talking about my last live that I did on IG. Excuse me, not IG. Ooh, forgot I went on IG at the time doing that. That I did on YouTube named Big Plans Announcement. And it's a mission I'm on, mission, inspiration, and motivation for 2020. meet a lot of people that inspired me. Miss Angie, you on that list too. Gonna meet you and Mr. Hey Boo Hey and let you know y'all inspired me to keep doing what I'm doing. Durango, we talked about it already. Definitely gonna meet up with you. But Angie family, yes, when I go see Luck, definitely gonna meet up with y'all too. But and can't forget So Lit. I can't forget all y'all. Definitely gonna see everybody. Was basically talking about just somebody that wrote a message in. At first, I thought it was spam, but they kept sending them in, and it was all different. Sent a message to me, basically saying everything I was saying. Oh, you're making up stuff. You're making up this because you just want clout. You want Stunner Reese to see this. You want all the heavy hitters to see it. So they just sob for you. Basically, that person said like an Ellen show, and I'm like, what? No, that was not even the intentions at all. The intentions were this: to let people know, hey, after I lost people in my life, my dad, my aunt, my grandmother, friends I went to school with, and other family members, and so on and so forth, my avenue was YouTube that helped me get through that. And Coco Brown 91, I know you probably figured out, dang, how did you get through all that after, you know, this is how I got through it, YouTube. So watched a lot of YouTube, more heavy than usual. Um, and gravitated toward a lot of people that I was already watching and started watching them more. Started commenting a whole lot more, and people started recognizing my comments because the way I comment. And the way I comment, it helps your page and your video. If somebody types in just one of those words or whatever in the comment I would do in a search, whether it was on Google or YouTube, because I've done work for Google and for YouTube back when they first was getting started. Um, for y'all that don't know, for those that don't know, I'm in IT, so I've done a lot of work for a lot of those folks. It comes up in a search. And usually if it comes up in a search, people will be like, oh, well, what's this over here? And click on it. And that's how a lot of people were finding a lot of content, period. And I do that to people because I cherish the people I'm watching and I like what I'm seeing. I want everybody else to see it. Maybe it might touch somebody else like it did for me. I want other people to see it as well. So being that I was doing that and putting it out there, I was like, well, maybe some other people will see it and not only just like and subscribe, but motivated and inspired and find inspiration from it to go do some of the same things. If that helps any. Y'all let me know if y'all still can hear me. I'm trying to make sure that the sound's coming in good. Yeah, that's real G family. Danny, you funny. Picture behind you, bros, the best Harlem Nights. Sorry to get off so yeah, I'm sitting down here in my theater area. This is where I do a lot of editing and whatnot. When I try to get away from my kids that's making noise and try to concentrate on some things, I get down here. So yeah, that Harlem Night, that's my favorite picture of all from them, and I had to have it. I bought that years ago. I want to say maybe about 5, maybe 6 years ago. No, about 6 years ago I bought that. And then to Coming to America, because I love Eddie Murphy. Love a lot of his stuff. I actually met him a long time ago, by accident actually. And my niece that's on live when her mother was still living, which is my older sister. When she was still living, she was with me when we ran into him and Charlie Murphy. And it was so funny when he was real cool and whatnot. And this is back when they had throwaway cameras and whatnot. And we didn't have any of that. We just met him on the fly and we just kept it moving. Move before Tuesday talks. All right, Angie, appreciate you. Just appreciate you coming through. Just coming through enough for me to tell you, you inspired and motivated me to go ahead and keep pushing with this channel. So I thank you for coming through. Tell Mr. Abel, hey, I said what's happening. Definitely gonna meet up with y'all, whether it's in Houston or on vacation somewhere. Definitely, definitely. Um, Nice. That's part of stuff. Don't let negative stop your message. No, Durango, I ain't letting the negative stop me at all. Not at all. I'm not letting no negative stop me at all. And I thank y'all for sending out the positive stuff because that's all I've been seeing is positive, positive, positive. It was just that one negative, and I just wanted to address it one time and one time only on here. And for people to know, I'm not chasing cloud. I'm gonna look for that. For people that really know me, I don't need all that. I'm not that type of person. I've always stayed in my own lane. I've never just tried to, you know, get somebody famous or anybody who's got plenty of subscribers, whatever, to come toward me because I grew up around a lot of famous people, met a lot of famous people. I did security for a lot of famous people for a few years. And to me, famous for regular people. I've only been starstruck one time when we're back in the day, and the only person I was starstruck with was Michael Jackson. I mean, come on, it's Michael Jackson. Which y'all don't want to hear that story. I'll have to tell that story another time because I know more people want to hear the car stuff. Y'all want to hear that story? Let me know. I'll tell it. How that whole thing happened because everybody was starstruck, including the promoters. I was promoting the event. If not, I'm just gonna move along. Um, yes, I'm on live. I got people asking, "Are you on live? Are you on live?" Yes, I'm on live, people. I'm on live. I am. I'm on live. Trust me. Trust me. I'm on live. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and move on. We're gonna move on from Michael Jackson's story because people don't want to hear that. Um, yeah, and during that time, he definitely was a big legend, Durango. Definitely during that time. And it's so funny. I'm gonna tell part of the story anyway. Was working for this protection service at the time, doing security, and AG Entertainment was trying to get Michael Jackson because they knew he was in town. They were trying to get him to come to this event at a club called the Velvet Room. They was trying all day. Finally, his manager was like, "Okay, we're going to come through. We're just going to stop through for a minute." They didn't believe it because time was going past 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Now this club closes at like 3. It's like, well, damn, like he probably ain't coming through. I never forget it. It was like quarter to 1 or something like that. Next thing you know, he we got word he was coming, and they directed the driver when he got there to go around to this back part where all the staff and everybody parks at, and it was right off Peachtree Street. This was in Atlanta, right off Peachtree Street. Went around the back in Midtown Atlanta, and I had to go back there because I was in charge of security at the time for VIP room. I had to go back there, in which I wasn't working for the club. I was working for another artist that was there. And Michael wanted to come because the other artist was celebrating his album release. And Michael was there doing some recording at the time with Akon because Akon was doing some stuff working with him, and they was doing it in Atlanta. Long story short, basically they pull up, people get out the SUVs, 2 SUVs. They get out, and it's Michael. Now you couldn't really tell it was him because he still had his face kind of covered, but he moved it, and I said, Mr. Jackson. So you don't have to call me Mr. Jackson. I'm sorry, I can't do impression, but he was like, you don't have to call me Mr. Jackson. You just call me Michael. I said, well, yeah, I'm a big fan of yours. I grew up watching your stuff, tried to be you, period. And told some of my favorite songs, but I was like, yeah, we're gonna walk you through. They're waiting to clear out the area so we can just walk straight through and walk to VIP. He was like, okay, that's fine. And then he took off the mask, and that's when I was starstruck for about 2 seconds. Like, oh shoot, this really him. Like, yeah, you hear the voice, like, oh, it's really him. And then he went to talking to his people, and finally we got to go to walk to our side. He had his own security too, his own security stayed kind of to the side, and I was in the front. And Michael put his hand on my back and just to walk through. And he was like, just walk slow. I want to make sure all my fans see me. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. We walk on through. And as we're walking through, they announce. And when they announce, people are looking everywhere, looking. And all of a sudden they looked to where we were walking. And you kind of had to walk and kind of turn to walk. And then you went up these few little steps and you went to everybody was looking. They was playing one of his newest songs at the time. They were playing. Everybody was just silent and I didn't realize because I'm looking straight and he's behind me. I didn't realize till we got up there because it was a little gate thing to open. And I was like, yeah, I see him, Mike. You just sit right here. And he had his mask off. That's why people were so shocked. Like, it's really him. And then finally, everybody kind of went to dancing to his music or whatnot. Somebody handed him a microphone, and he just started singing. He started singing a part of the song, and the crowd was going crazy. And I never forget, Morris Chestnut was standing on the other side of me. And Morris Chestnut was like, wow, y'all got Michael here. I said, we didn't get Michael here. I said, Akon and that person over here got Michael in. And I said, this is crazy. And I remember T-Pain was standing up there with his top hat on and whatnot. And he was just like, wow. He was like, yo, Michael fucking Jackson is here. I said, yeah, he's here. Michael stayed there for maybe about 30, 40 minutes, and then he left because he was tired. He left. We walked it back out, left. And that was like the only person that I've seen, period, that I was kind of starstruck with. Everybody else, to me, they was like regular people. They were cool. But anyway, I don't talk about all that anymore. Getting back to the car stuff. Updates with the car. Um, had to end up doing some modifications to the drive shaft. We have a test fit. It's a test fit car they have there because all the 70 model B bodies are made the same, and everyone was sure. Yeah, Demon Wrangler. Everybody was struck. Definitely. G family, true. Yeah. Okay, so back to the car. Just trying to make sure I read y'all comments. I don't want to miss any comments. Um, Back to basically the car. Had to make some modification to the drive shaft. Because it really was just sitting on the test stand, and basically moved it today to see how it would work with in a vehicle. And they have a test vehicle there. We stuck the drive shaft, just kind of make sure it fits. It fits right. We had to make modifications to the loop, which is a loop. Basically, it's a loop part that holds up underneath. I don't know if you've seen how race cars are. They have a loop that goes around the drive shaft, just in case the drive shaft pop loose, it don't go anywhere. Well, I have two mini loops that's holding on to that, just in case that drive shaft wants to pop off. It won't everything. And I recommend anybody to do that. They talked me into doing that. New York, I could listen to cool stories all day. Now, Jeremiah, I got a bunch of them. I have to talk about all those another time. Maybe I'll do a live on just those. But yeah, Durango, yeah, for safety. And they talked me into doing that. They said, because look, if you end up having all this horsepower in this car and it's putting 1532 at the rear wheel, you want to make sure you're good. We know you're not going to get out here and race. You're not going to stomp on it and try to do stuff with it. But, you may want to show off a little bit. You might want to just hit the gas, spin a wheel or something. We want to make sure if anything happens, you're good. And the U joints on that are bigger than my hand, which is so crazy because we had to do a modified yoke to the which I have for the rear. So once we put everything in, we'll do that. Okay, G-Fam, you still here? Okay, cool. I'm glad you're still here. So I'm trying to build everything. Yeah, definitely build safe, build it right. Yeah, I'm trying to build everything right first time, safety. This ain't something I just started building. This is something I've been doing for the last, I want to say, 3 years. Except engines changed. The first engine came out of a 2015 Escalade. It was 6.2 came out Escalade that we were building and whatnot to go in there. And yeah, it's some big U joints. Big. Got to hold that horsepower. It's basically set up for what they do for NASCARs. For the NASCARs, it's the same type drive shaft, the same U joints, the same yoke in the transmission, the same end that's on the rear. That's what it is. And those things are a little bit bigger than the regular ones that came with it. Actually, about 2-3 times the size. But it fits in that. But it fits in that hole like it's nothing. So, want to make sure, is it billet or carbon fiber? It's billet ends, and the whole drive shaft is carbon fiber, but it's billet ends. The U joints are billet. The yoke for transmission is billet, but the whole drive shaft is carbon fiber. It's carbon fiber, and shit's strong as hell. So it should withstand everything. So we put in this vehicle to do a test today just to see how it would go, because the engine that's in that vehicle is almost kind of the same setup. A fun job or easy? No, it definitely ain't. But yeah, the Ringo definitely nice. So with that being said, we want to make sure, because he just did an engine modification on another vehicle that has an LS3 in it, and it's I think the one he built for this guy is 1,100 horses, and he wanted to make a modified drive shaft like mine, but he wanted to make sure it worked, and also to test it to see how it worked in a car. Worked flawless. The only thing is, we just had to do some modifications to the U joints, do some different U joints, which are a little bit smaller, look just like, but just a little bit smaller. To which, and to me, it's holding up beautiful, and also to do the loops a little bit different. We had to do the loops a little bit different, only because for the type of exhaust that I'm running, which is the regular exhaust I already have on, which Flowmasters already have on, is going to be cut off underneath. We didn't want that to be too close, the loops to be too close to the to basically exhaust. So remachine some loops for it, test fit on that car fine. They made some more for that car specifically for the car he's building, and then we put my drive shaft back onto the stand where it already was. Which I'm glad we did that, because he was like, you would have been fine with it, but what us doing is tests like this now on this vehicle, because we built this vehicle almost like your vehicle, but not quite. But because it's a B body, be able to basically find out all the issues, get all the kinks out as much as we can while it's going, because we really just want to throw it in. Like I said on the first live I did, me and now this is my third live. That's my third live. We want to be able to make sure that it fits and not have any issues, because we're going to do it early one Saturday morning, pull the engine training I got out, slap that in, pull everything off the engine, bolt it to the firewall, the wiring, plug my wiring harness. Now to plug into the factory wiring of that vehicle I have now, which is the Deuce, which is 76 Deuce and a quarter, and we should have no issues. We should be done in 4 hours. And then right after we do that, we put it straight on dyno. Right after everything is in there, it's running, it goes in reverse, goes in drive, no fluids are leaking, the fluids burned off, which they're going to be already burned off already because the engine's already been dynoed. We're putting it on the machine to see what readings we get versus what we already did. Yeah, being able to test fit parts is always great. Yeah, always great. And they taught me to today, so I went by to today so we can do that real quick while I had a minute. And it worked out great. It really, really did. It worked out great, worked out fine. And I'm kind of glad machine that stuff, and I would have took an extra hour for them to use a CNC machine to machine that. Now it's ready to go. And he's like, we're glad we did that, because now we don't have to worry about exhaust. And we're glad we made the modifications to the cross member, because they made me a cross member. Should call that car area code 225-1532. Hey, that would be something, but I don't know. I don't know, Jeremy. I don't know about that one. That's interesting. I'll give it some thought. But definitely did those modifications today. I crunk it up, let it run for a little while after we got dry shack in it, because I go by every week, just crank up the seat just to keep it running. So just in case running any issues, which I don't think we will, it should be fine. So glad that we changed the pulleys on it. All the pulleys have been changed. The from the actual last video I did, which you seen when it was fresh pulled out, that whole intake has changed. The turbo is actually, the supercharger is built onto it. It's actually a bigger supercharger on it. And it's made by, I want to say, NXT, I think it's made. That's bigger on it. It's going to be set ready to go by the time we set it in. Only thing I think actually we're going to have to do is the hoses that I have for it. I know they're going to be too long, so we're going to have to end up cutting them, which is fine. I'd rather be too long than too short. I'd rather be that. So just trying to make sure we set and ready to go. I also had to change the air mass filter on it, because that engine has a built-in little air mass filter. We had to change that. I've been had it. I had it just sitting. I said, let's just go ahead and change this. Let's change it, be done with it. Also, added my fuel filter that came with it. I got one of those clear fuel filters. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and stick that in the line in between it. And that's basically it. That's basically all I did today with it. Just wanted to just get it ready. Get ready to go, because I know once they clear that work and say, hey, we ready, I want to be ready. I don't want it to be no hang-ups, no hold-ups. I want it to be ready. Ready like Freddy. Period. Yeah, Danny, I just want to be ready. Trying to think what else. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Not no real big news today. But I'm going to try to do something, if not every Tuesday, every other Tuesday or Thursday, but more likely to be Tuesday. Because if y'all like me, you watch football, so Thursday night football, Monday night football on the weekend in college, and then basketball season around the corner, I'm going to try to just keep them on Tuesday. Try to do some lives on Tuesday, if not this Tuesday. Next Tuesday, Tuesday after. Definitely going to get some more in, because I like doing these lives. I get to get more out of it, and get to basically let people know what's going on as we move along. And hopefully I get to do some of these lives at my guy Scott Performance's shop, because then you get to see what I see as I see it, instead of me filming and editing and putting it on. You get to see the whole raw. Anything else? Anybody got any questions about anything? Please feel free to type it in. Type it in. I will read it off. Also, don't forget to hit that like button for those of y'all that's still in here. I know a lot of people still at work and whatnot. That's in different time zones. So I know everybody wasn't going to be on, but everybody get to see this after the fact. What's my IG name? My IG name is New York in Your City. Danny, that's my IG name. My IG name is New York in Your City, which I'll have pictures and whatnot posted on there as well, of the bill for pictures that I'll have, and I'll have a little quick stuff on there. And not only just the bill, I'll have other stuff on it and people that I like that I kind of congratulate and whatnot, and also travel stuff on there as well. Yeah, but that's my IG name. Anybody else have anything else? Doringer, that's a good question. I wasn't going for that much horsepower. Is what we ended up getting after we dynoed it, after changing the pulleys and changing the supercharger and whatnot. We ended up getting that. I just wanted, basically, I was fine with having 800 to 1,000. I was happy with that, which what we thought we was gonna make, but it ended up making more than that after some modifications. They were telling me we may detune it down for the streets, but being the car so heavy, they wanted to see if it would handle that 1532. Because it was like, if you had a G body, then yeah, we definitely tune that down. But being that car is heavy, you might just get away with it. And then we know that you're not gonna go out here and just dog the hell out of you. Really, that's on pump gas, during our on pump gas. Right now, we have it's set up on a tank that's sitting on a stand. It's only 93 octane in that tank. That's what's in it. Did I cam it? Yes, it's cammed. It's a custom grind cam. I can't remember the specs on it, but I'll be able to tell you the specs next time I go there, because we have it all on a sheet, on a build sheet. But it's basically a custom grind cam. They is built in house, but it has a crazy, crazy, crazy low, and it's heavy. It has a heavy, crazy loping sound. You would Have you noticed what most vehicles sound like when it has a blower hook to it? That zoop, zoop, zoop. That's how it runs. Yeah, man, Durango, I'm excited my damn self. I am very excited. I'm very excited to see what it's going to do. But like I said, they want to go ahead and put it in like it is, and they want to put it on the machine and see how it acts, and and we're going to go on the street, see how it does. Hope to be done with it between 12 and 2 while it's still daylight, and see what it does on the street, because they have a whole back street on their shop, and it basically connects one part of the shop to the other. And that whole thing is more than I think the quarter eighth of a mile, and that's what they do all their tests and stuff at. Just see what it do. If not, it's going to be detuned. I know from what I was explaining to me, which made a lot of sense, that engine setup has an ABC mode, which one is standard, the other sports, the other's full race. They're thinking about basically modifying that, because I'm gonna end up using a tablet, which I have. Let me talk about that real quick. I have a tablet, and I also have a Bluetooth adapter that plugs into my OBS. Basic plugs in there, and it gives me all the readings of the car. I have an app. I have an app that's downloaded that I've been using there, and it gives me all the gauges, the readings, everything. And it has the ABC mode on it, which is what the vets have. So he's thinking about recalibrating that to basically be, A for standard, and leave B for sport, and a sport to give you a little bit more. Like, for instance, he's talking about starting it off, hey, let's have the A mode, your regular drive around mode, being this 8-speed transmission. Let's have that set at 500 horses. The next one we have it set to go from 13 to 14. Then the race mode, we have it to go full out. You'll get all of it. And I was like, okay, let's go ahead and do that. No, no, Danny, definitely ain't your granddad's 225. It's gonna look like it on the outside. It's going, oh, it's clean until you hear it running. And also, everything's converted over to push button start, which I have a brand new push button for it. Whenever I get the console built, that's where it's gonna sit, and it's on a keyframe. Oh, how you doing, IG? How you doing, Amber? Amber East. I'm glad you on. Yes, you finally caught me. Except I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about car stuff. But definitely gonna talk about some food stuff as well. Because you know, when you putting up those seafood mukbangs, God, seafood fanatic too, crazy. I'm jealous of your husband because you get to sit there and eat all that. Yeah, I'm talking cars today. Everybody knows me from the car game, so I'm talking cars. Talking about a car that I have. Basically, go check it out. Go to my white being your IG. Sorry, I'm talking to someone on IG. Being your on IG. Go ahead and click on my page. And yes, seafood is definitely life. Click on my page. Click on my YouTube, and it'll take you straight to my YouTube where you'll see I made a big, which you're part of that big announcement. I definitely need you to go check that out. It's called Mission Inspiration Motivation. I did on Saturday, and then you'll see the car on there. The next video, which I put up, that has a modification. I'm doing it. What, he don't like seafood? Like, say that's seafood. I'll eat his portion. I'll eat his share. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry. Back to the car. Getting ready to do my Fox body over. I'm looking to do a Cali. Yo, Durango. I'm glad you just said that. I kid you not. They got a Mustang they're working on right now. It's a night. They got two of them. One is a 64, 64 hard top. The other one is it's the one with the flat back trunk. I had one of those Mustangs before and I forgot. What up, Sprayway? Yeah, you finally caught me live, Sprayway. I'm glad you're here. Shout out to Sprayway Custom. That's another dude I watched for years. Sprayway, I don't know if you remember, but we go way back, all the way back when you were still doing the consoles. Matter of fact, I wish you would build me a console for my Deuce. I sure wish you would go ahead and build me one. We go all the way back to when 10 was doing videos. And you were buying his supplies. I was buying his clear. And now it's so many other clears just like it now. Yeah, that's how far we go back. Except I had a different channel at the time before that. But I always follow all your work. Also, love what you're doing with Southern TV, Chevy. Love what you get ready to do with that. Y'all go check out Sprayway Custom. I ain't trying to brag on the man, but yo, I'm giving props to this dude. That's my dude who I want to go see. He's one of the dudes who I want to go see to go check out. Let him know that he inspired me and motivate me as well. So Sprayway, I'm definitely gonna hook up with you. Come to your town, come to your city. Definitely. So let's still at work. Listen, hey, as long as you listen, that's all that matters. As long as you listen. Matter of fact, don't forget to smash the like button, please. Smash the like button. Definitely smash the like button. Yeah, just like you, I have been too. Have been for a long time, and we kind of crossed paths because of that, because of 10, because of the products. I'm Sprayway. I remember you basically went on there and put the products on there, and I was like, hey, I'm already using the same products. He did a product review because nobody had product reviews at the time. Yours was the first one I seen. It was yours, and then somebody else that used to be on YouTube who's not on it no more. Who had who has a shop? He quit doing YouTube, but y'all was the first one to. I was using it, but wasn't putting up no reviews on it. And finally, when I had the other channel, I did. I put reviews up on it, and that was it. It blew up from there. So back what I was saying. Man, I lost my train of thought because Sprayway jumped on. Had to get that in real quick. Say that to him. But basically, was talking about the thing with the iPad and what I mean with the tablet and whatnot. That's how we're going to end up doing that mode. So that way I can go between modes. But they really want to see how that body will handle that 1532. And that's enough about that one. Also, back to the Mustang. You're right, Durango. Back to the Mustang. The 64, they're doing that same project too. They're waiting for the engine to come through. The other one, it's a 1989 convertible with the flat trunk. They already have that in already. They have it in. I think they was waiting on some other parts. And I'll tell you what, that Coyote 5.0, whew, it looked good. It looked like it belonged in that car. And the guy that owns it, he lives not too far from me. He was actually there. Me and him was talking today, and about so much stuff to the point it came up the way he lived, and I said, "Wow, I live exactly 8 minutes from there." He said, "You do?" So yeah, and I was like, "Yeah, I seen yours at 86. It's nice. Definitely is nice." So, me and him talked about And I was like, yo, this thing is gonna be fire when it's done. It's gonna be crazy. And he said, I haven't even heard it run yet. I didn't hear it when it was on the stand. I didn't hear anything. And he was like, both of those cars are mine. The other one's my wife's car. I said, oh, really? He said, we're waiting some parts for that. You know, this was her car. She had it since she was in high school. So it told his wife's age right then. It had it since high school, the 64. I was like, wow. He said, yeah, she got it in the 70s and she just kept it ever since. And it's just been sitting and sitting and sitting. And finally I said, let's go ahead and do it up. And she was like, well, I don't know. And kind of find out it's going to be a surprise for Christmas. And they'll have it done by the week after next and hold it up until Christmas Eve. They're going to deliver it to the house Christmas Eve, stick it in the garage when she don't know about it, and then Christmas morning she's supposed to just see it with a bow on it. Because he was like, it don't look like what it looked like now, which is all painted, all done. He said, yeah. He said, we took it, had a 56 out of it and put that in there. So okay. But yeah, your car only weighs 9 pounds. Yeah, definitely can be 11 second street car. And with his the one that he's doing for himself, I was like, man, this is gonna be crazy. This convertible is gonna be definitely crazy because he ended up taking the pipes and basically turning them straight down. I mean, it comes straight from the head. It's basically like this. What I saw it on the stand, he said that's how it's going in. It's straight header, collector, race, some racing flows that look like race flow masters on it, and turn downs. That's it. That's all that's on it. And he said, yeah, he said, I'm gonna have air conditioning working, I'm gonna be working both cars. Because the guy that does the industrial ACs, the vintage ACs, that's all he does. He specializes. I mean, he does other stuff, but he specializes in that. And gonna do that up for him and whatnot and have it ready to go. So what I told him was I was like, well, you know, when it's all said and done, man, make sure you film it. And then he said, you know what? He said, I heard you on YouTube. I said, yeah. And he said, I might let you get that footage. Let me get that footage. The Ringo, I'm posting that footage on here. It's getting posted on here, period. Period. It's getting posted on here. I ain't a big Ford guy. I like the Mustangs. Don't get me wrong, I ain't a big Ford guy. But for that, I'll post that on there. I'll post both vehicles on here. But as long as I get his consent to do it. They're gonna shake the ground. Yeah, it is gonna shake the ground. Because I remember seeing the engine on the stand, but I never heard it run. It was sitting across on the other side of the shop and it was working. There was a lot of people working over there. And that's what they were doing. They was getting the mounts together, getting everything together for it to basically go into a car. His will be done first and his will be done by the end of the week. From what I was told by Friday, his will be done. He can take it home if he wanted to, which he said he probably will. Because his wife already know he's getting his done. She don't know about it getting hers done. She thinks that he just got it tuned up and got it painted. She doesn't know about everything else that's put onto it. So yeah, definitely gonna shake the ground. It's definitely gonna be something serious. I I I, I hope he let me get that footage. The Ringo, he let me get that. It's going straight up. I'm editing that so fast and throwing it up. It, full custom jobs for models because Indian bays are small. Yeah, definitely is. I remember what he said about the 64 Mustang. They had to basically cut and redo the firewall. Even though you can't tell it, like it's factory, but it's not. They had to cut it, redo it. On his, they had to move his mounts forward in order for the engine to fit in. But it's in there. It was in there. It was buttoning up the last parts. They was up underneath. Guy was up underneath doing exhaust from scratch, the turn down, and then something else. And after that, I didn't walk back over there. So yeah, very common. Yeah, I guess it is very common. I've seen a few, but that was the first one I've seen in person getting done up like that. I saw one in a car show that was like that, and it was I think that one was like an 87, 88 Mustang, somewhere along in there. Definitely. Um, hopefully I answered questions, but definitely, that was a great question. Wanted to basically get that out there. It's gonna have those different modes, and I'm see what it's gonna do. I really, really want to see what it's gonna do because I know it's gonna do something great. Period. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, once I get done, I'll be. Yeah, Durango. If you get it all done, yeah, definitely do that tour. Definitely, that's kind of my plan. Once I get everything done, I mean, I could do a tour with it now, but I wanted to make sure everything else was done. I want to the point where I'm like, I'm not doing this, doing that. I want everything done. The door panels, everything done. The trunk redone. My back panel redone. The engine in there. I want to go ahead and repaint it by that time. I want everything done before I get ready to do it. But appreciate it, Duran. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm definitely making some progress. It may seem slow to some, but I'm taking my time because I want to be right. I ain't in a rush to get it done for an event or something like that. I'm taking my time. It took this long, and I know a lot of people that I know like, hey, you've been talking about it's taking so long. Yeah, greatness takes a while. Shoot, greatness takes a while. Plymouth Rock wasn't built in a day. Pyramids wasn't built in a day. It's gonna take some time. It's definitely gonna take some time. So I'm gonna take my time and just do it. Yeah, you're right. When you force a car build, things break. They do. When you force a build, the things break. They do. And that's what I don't want to do. And I didn't want to cut a lot of corners and whatnot. I've seen people do that, cut so many corners, cut corner here, cut corner there. And they have to turn around and redo the corner they cut. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some corners you can cut on certain things. Like for instance, I could have did different motor mounts. I didn't have to get them to make me some. But he insisted. He was like, look, you're gonna be glad we did this. Let's make this and this and let's do this. So by the time we get to put the engine back in, all we have to do is drill, put the bolts in and put the plate in, and that's it. Because my motor mounts are basically gonna have a plate up underneath that it bolts to. And those bolts, and basically it has studs on it. And the studs are the size studs that you use for putting on a bus tire, basically. That's how big the nuts are. The nuts are like this big because he wanted to make sure it held. So basically, as soon as we get the engine out, they drilling the hole, putting those plates in, and then welding the plates in, so they do not move. So once the engine sits down on it, that's it. It ain't going nowhere. Period. Period. It ain't going nowhere. Exactly. Good money after bad money. Yeah, you're right. Do it right the first time. Yep. That's my motto. I'm trying to do it right the first time. Whether it takes a little while or you can do it right then and there. Like I said, I'd rather take my time. Rather take my time. Also, next question. I know some other people have some other questions. I'm looking at IG, not seeing nothing else pop up with that. People on IG, y'all still there? I'm trying to make sure I didn't get cut off in any way. Go after the money. Any more questions? No more questions. I'm gonna get ready to end this live. It's been almost at an hour. I know people don't want me just ranting and raving. Even though I know Jeremiah can hear me tell stories all day, but I had to do a whole other live on that. What thoughts on the $500 piece live last night? You know what, Jeremiah, being you said that, um, I'm gonna hold that thought for a minute. I'm gonna answer Durango's first because it's gonna be quick. What made you decide on the deuce and a quarter? What made me decide on that was it was a legendary car in the family. It's been in the family for years, basically since new, and it's more sentimental value with that than if I went and bought a car. Because at the time, like I explained in my first live, I was in the process to go buy. It was a '75 Caprice convertible. So this car, so I was in the process to go get that one, and I ended up letting a buddy of mine go get it. But the Deuce has been in the family, and it's more sentimental value to me with that than anything else. So that's what made me decide to do that. Plus, it's different. How many Deuce and a quarters you see riding like that? I've only seen two here, and they nowhere near the caliber of what I'm doing. You don't see them. You don't see them a whole lot. So hopefully that answers the question. Totally understand. Yeah, that's why I did it. And Jeremiah, to touch on what D Brooks was saying about the LS swap. I think it can happen. I'm not saying it can't. I've seen somebody do a whole LS swap and then cost no money, none. And I'm explaining how it cost him no money. He already had already. He had a 19, which had, excuse me, I had has, change my phrase, has a 1986 or 87 C10. Clean vehicle. Had 305 in it. I tried talking about the time doing 350 heads. He ended up meeting some guys that told him, hey, you can switch this and switch that out. Basically, switch frames. What? So they showed him a video of how they did somebody else's. And they said they would help him in exchange for something that he had that they wanted. He made the exchange, went ahead and said he was going to go ahead and do it. And basically, what he ended up doing was he found a donor vehicle. It was a 2000, I think that year that vehicle was a 5 or 6. It was right before they changed that body style. Short bed that had the 5.3 in it, but the body was good. Body was rusted. Basically, they took the whole body off that car, and all that was left on, on that truck. Only thing left was the engine, tranny, rear end, steering wheel, and all the computer stuff. They had it just sitting on the frame. They took that whole frame, and put it on that 87 body. Put that body, the 86, 87 body, put it on that frame. Did no modifications, no nothing. Nothing to the engine, nothing. Just put it on that frame and bolted everything to the firewall. Recharged the AC unit. Wired it up to that truck. Everything was working. That guy's still driving this truck to the day. And you would never know that engine's in it at all. Only thing they had to do was just weld the exhaust to it. Cost him nothing. Cost him zero. He went from a busted 305, because 305 was busted. They hardly had any power, to now having all-out power. And let me add that it's all-wheel drive, because that frame was all-wheel drive. So now his truck has all-wheel drive. And that's Durango, that's what they did. He got, yeah, you're right, Jeremiah. He got better brakes, he got better everything. And then they took the interior out of that truck, and what cost him, period, out of that truck, out of the newer truck, had them redone in black, because it was like a dirty beige. It was all dirty. Got them redone in black, put those in, and had the interior redone. He bought a dash pad. I put the dash pad on for him. Shout out to dashpads.com. I know they're probably still not in business because they got bought out, but that's where we bought the dash pad from. And it basically overlays onto the dash pad you already have. You don't have to take nothing off, just overlays on it. So did that. Before we put that on, I painted the whole inside of that truck black. Inside it is 86, 87 short bed black. And basically did that swap, and everything worked. That's the only thing you had to pay for, is to get the seats done. We bought door panels for it. He bought those from oh my God, what's the name of the truck place? I'm forgetting the name of the truck place. Is right here. LMC Truck. LMC Truck is in Kansas City. Now, I know a lot of people heard of it. If you haven't, LMC Truck is where you can order everything for any type of truck. We ordered the door panels. We could have ordered dash from there too, but he ordered door panels. We went there and picked them up. Stuck them on there and everything. And basically, he has a brand new truck. And he was taking the shows while I was taking the Deuce and a Quarter shows, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's a clean truck." I mean, it's clean. He has a set of chrome rallies on it, chrome Chevrolet rallies, clean. And when he opens up the engine, it trips people out. And then he explains to him, he said the frame is from a 2006 short bed Silverado. For those on IG, my time is running out on there. I salute y'all. Amber Eats basically saved me his place seafood. He don't eat it. I'm gonna have to holler back at y'all on there. Not on YouTube. I'm staying on YouTube, but on IG, so my time is running out on there. Peace. So, basically, that's my IG's over with. Basically, that's what they did. It tripped people out because at the time, a lot of people haven't seen that. They haven't seen the whole swap like that. So, and also we did change the shocks in the front. We're gonna put some coilover shocks in the front later on. But other than that, it really didn't cost him much of nothing. He could have left it plain Jane, but later on he started changing little stuff here and there. And then we changed the steering wheel because the airbag was the faulty on it in the steering wheel. So we took that out, and we ended up going to a pull apart place here, and it was a 2003 or 4 Escalade. Escalade, well, the steering was the same thing. I told him the same thing. We'll just dismantle this part apart. You have wood grain. Stuck that on, and the interior was already black, so it worked perfect. All right, Durango. Now you got to run. I'm gonna end up ending this live here in a minute. Definitely gonna end up ending this live in a minute. I know it's been over an hour since I've been on it. We definitely did that swap, and a lot of people hadn't seen it. Hadn't seen it at all. At all. So it was great for them to basically see that done like that. Trying to think what else. Yeah, Jeremiah, definitely better brakes, better suspension, and it rolled a whole lot better. I mean, you couldn't even really tell you was in an older truck because he had later on upgraded the gauges and everything in the front to Dakota digital gauges. And like I told me, everyone want to get rid of that truck, I'll take it off your hands. But he said, I ain't never get rid of this truck. Never getting rid of it. Not being blessed with what he had got. And that Silverado truck was a donor. He paid $0 for it. $0. It was sitting in somebody's yard, and they said, it runs, it drives. Got a lot of miles on it. Got 170 something thousand miles on it. I was like, there ain't hardly no miles left for no LS. I mean, he didn't change anything. Didn't do no gasket change, no nothing. Even try to tell him, hey, let's change the oil pump, let's change this. Nope. And to this day, he probably still around with the same original parts. They didn't change anything. But if that's it, y'all, my time has run out. It's been over an hour since I've been on this live. Any more questions, I'll answer them. If not, I'm going to get ready to roll on. You're welcome, Jeremiah. You're welcome. You're welcome. For y'all that's still on here, make sure you smash the like button. I'm definitely going to try to do a live. I'm going to try to do it every Tuesday if I can. If not, every Tuesday, every other Tuesday. But I'll definitely put out a notification on it like I did earlier today. I put out a notification. While on D Brooks Live, I put out a notification. Definitely going to get out here and do some more lives. Till then, y'all stay blessed. Have a great week, great weekend. Hopefully, everybody already finished all their Thanksgiving leftovers and they don't want no more of that. Hopefully, if you hadn't finished them yet, man, you better finish before they go bad because they're going to go sour when you're them throwing them out. Till then, y'all stay blessed. Peace.